it's me, Lauren, here with Plan with Laura. In today's video, we're going to be talking about different goal planners and goal setting systems. Yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about. Talking about a whole bunch of different goal setting systems today. As we head into 2021, goal setting is top of mind for a lot of different people. And a huge part of goal setting is planning. If we take goal setting as a concept, the process of goal setting is to take an idea or goal that you have and create an actionable plan so that you can achieve your goals. And so when you find a system that works really well for you, it makes it so much easier to actually sit down and plan out your goals and work towards achieving them. I have a bunch of different systems with me here today. I'm gonna be talking about 5 different systems. 3 are planners, 1 is a journal, and 1 is a wall calendar. All of them are gonna have different price points and all of them are gonna meet different needs. Now, all of these products are quality products and I recommend them to you all. You truthfully can't go wrong. What I think that you need to take the time to do is sit down and reflect and see which system is going to be the best for you. In the same way that we ask ourselves questions before we decide on what planner to buy, I think we can even tailor them a little bit more specifically when we talk about goal setting planners. How much time do you want to spend goal setting? What's your budget when it comes to a goal setting planner, and how intense do you want that system to be? I think it's also worth mentioning, do you want it to be a system that's very reflective, or do you want it to be a system that is very actionable? And what I mean by that is that some goal planning systems, most goal planning systems have some sort of reflection built into them. However, some processes and systems are definitely more reflective in their process of how you go about setting goals and understanding the reason why you're setting your goals. And other products are more actionable in the ways that they are helping you create the space and the plans to achieve your goals. If these are systems that you use, leave it down in the comments why this planner works for you or why you would recommend it to somebody else. As always, these are just my opinions about them and I'd love to hear what your thoughts are about them as well. All that to say, I'm going to be talking about one question that I get a whole bunch, which is what is the difference between MakseLife and Cultivate? What matters? We have a bunch to get into. Let's get into it here today. All right, so I am jumping in real fast to talk about planner news this week. This is a super short segment that just talks about some different things that are going on here in the planner community or things that I personally found just interesting. First up, we have Disney and Happy Planners Minnie and Mickey collection is officially live on the Happy Planner as well as the Joann's website. I definitely bought something. Can't even lie to y'all. Even if you aren't a disc system user, they do have a bunch of different accessories and stickers, and so to any of my Disney fanatics, that is out there. And additionally, they've already started to do some sneak peeks for the Happy Planner and Princess collection. That's going to be launching November 1st, exclusively at Walmart and at walmart.com. Next up, we have Wild University. Now, they decided to open their doors once again, and I actually have a new video there. So I'm gonna drop in a couple seconds so you guys can see what that's all about. There are many things that go into the YouTube algorithm, but when YouTube knows that there's a specific date and there's a specific time that your content is going to be uploaded, they are going to push that, and you have higher chances of your videos going out and being shown to your audience. So if you're interested in wanting to learn some more of my tips and tricks around YouTube or my previous course, which dealt a lot with Planners 101, in addition to this month's major, which is creative journaling taught by Amy Tangerine, then go ahead and sign up for Wild University. This is only a snippet of the amount that's there. If you guys didn't see already, Erin Condren had their 2021 calendar release. I did a video on it. I'll link it right up here. And the pocket planner, this thing is super cute, so make sure to also check that out. Okay, and this one's super personal and something that I'm super excited about. I have a bunch of changes and really exciting announcement coming soon to and right before we get back into the video, something that's super personal to me is that I have some really exciting news. I can't wait to show you guys. Hopefully we will have some sneak peeks here soon, but something super exciting is in the works, and the first place to know about it is on my newsletter over at my website. All right guys, that's what we have for planner news this week. Let's get back to the video. Okay, so the first 2 that we have here, this is the Cultivate What Matters Powersheets, as well as the MakseLife system. So 2020 was the first year that I super intentionally goal set. I think I've always been a goal setter and a planner, but I've never had a specific goal planner. So Cultivate is something that really stood out to me. We're going to start here as we go through the beginning. I will say the Cultivate What Matters teams has a phenomenal system in place. They have Cultivate Your Year Live, which last year was an in-person event in North Carolina. This year it is an online event, and you can actually grab a ticket. I think it is $99. If you buy on launch day, that price is going to be going down to $45. And from the people who I know who have gone to it, they just say it's a phenomenal experience. I don't know what that's going to be like virtually, but I do know that a lot of the prep work, and the prep work was the hardest part for me of this whole process. For me, it took me a couple months to go through it. But a lot of the people who ended up going to Cultivate Your Year Live were able to get all of your prep work done that day. So there are a lot of different benefits to it. So you go through and you have your goal ideas, and it's all kind of really centered around this word of the year. Then as you keep going, you get into everything. You start with who you are. You go and you are kind of rating, and I think this is something I've seen in a lot of systems, but rating the areas of your life that you are in. Break down your identity of who you think you are to who you actually are. This page made me cry. I think one of the things that Cultivate does that's really great is you break down everything. So all of these pages build on one of each other. So there are all these different steps in these layouts. I mean, as I can say, again, so you go through all of these steps of lessons learned, your legacy, all of what you want your year to look like, what you're saying no to, what you're saying yes to, and then it all ends with you creating a word of the year for yourself. And my word is balance, and it's the word that I'm still using, and it's probably the word I'm going to choose for 2021 as well. And then you actually get into the goal setting. So all of that is the pre-work, and then you go into goal setting. So it gives you some instructions on how to choose your goals. You lay out what you want those goals to be. It gives you an action plan and worksheets to actually go through. So you go for each one of your goals and you break them down into minimal goals. So it really shows you how you are going to get there. So you do this for all of your goals. And then they give you a yearly overview with the idea of kind of plotting out when do you want certain things to happen, really taking the steps in the goals and sketch them out, trying to make sure that you're growing in each aspect of the things that you identified in each of your seasons. So they have it broken down into 4 quarters. And then each month you are given, here, let me go to a blank month that I didn't do. So each month you have a little section that you go through. They're important to-dos, things you're excited for on your mind, things that you're hopeful for. You're given a monthly calendar to chart out some of those aspects. And this is really key to their whole system. And so the tending list is broken down into monthly action items, weekly action items, and then daily action items. They're perforated so you can rip them out. I used to rip mine out and put it in my planner. You have all of your monthly action items, your weekly action items, and your daily action items. All of your action items are supposed to relate to all of the goals that you did and you set up in your pre-work. And then you have a month in review, so you can come back and, really review what you were going through. Now, in each of the quarters, they have refreshes every quarter. So you have a different prompt. You go into your goal refresh. If you wanted to change your word up, you have the option to do that there. Again, you're refreshing all of your goals, seeing what's achievable, what's attainable, right before you go into the same format. And so that is pretty much what Powersheets are at a high level. Next, we have the MakseLife system. This is what I'm using now. I have a note from Sierra here at the start. We have getting started. What is this about? They have their steps broken into 5 steps. The first one is the compass assessment, setting intentions, plotting out annual goals in your vision, and then weekly actions. So we have the compass system, which again, they are breaking theirs out into different areas of your life. You have physical, personal, fun and recreation, work and learning, family and relationship, health and wellness, spiritual and personal growth, and financial. Now you do have your assessment scoring here built into the planner. Then you have a page for intentions. It gives you a little bit about how you should go about setting up goals. Then it gives you these goals. Now these annual goals I pulled from my Powersheet system. So I just really rewrote them in here. And then it gives you a part for vision boards. Now this vision board also came from the Cultivate What Matters. I just tore it out of there and put it in here. We can see that as a theme maybe for this year. From then, it gives you some quick goal setting tips and tricks. There might have been a couple of more things in the front, but then for me, I go straight into my quarterly assessment for July. Again, very high level. Now then, throughout the planner, what's core to MakseLife is that each month you set up a page for monthly goals. From there, you then do get a page that is weekly action items. And once a quarter, you do your quarterly compass assessment. So you're constantly checking in on things that worked, things that didn't work, areas that you went up in, areas that you didn't go up in. And at the end of the year, you do an additional quarterly compass to just kind of see where you started to where you ended and how you begin the next year. So when I put MakseLife and Cultivate What Matters side by side, which is a question that I get asked all of the time, you know, people are always saying, what should I use? What should I not use? I think a lot of this goes back to both of these systems could be great for you, but I think part of it comes down to self-reflection about where you are, what stage of life you're in, and what you honestly can commit to. I don't think that there is a better or worse one. I think it's really understanding what stage of life you are in. One of the key things that is very different between Cultivate What Matters and MakseLife is next page after your weekly action items is your week. So you're integrating your goal setting system completely into your planner if you're a weekly planner. Now, Cultivate does have that option where you have a monthly option as well, but for me, this was always a separate planner. If you're thinking between these two, here are a couple of questions that you could ask yourself, and based on the review that I gave, you can ask yourself these questions and see if any of these would work for you. I think a big one is figuring out what goals are you trying to achieve this year. Do you have one or two goals that you really are ready to put all of your effort in, or do you have a couple of little goals that you're thinking about and want to use? How many planners do you want to use? Do you want to use a system that's all in one, or do you want to use a system that's very separate and tailored specifically for goal planning? What are you looking to get out of goal planning? Both of these planners and companies have phenomenal communities, have phenomenal resources accompanying to them. I know that these are both planners that a lot of people talk about, and so hopefully this was able to clarify some of that information for you guys. I think for someone who's really serious about goal setting, both of these systems are going to be what I would say the most intense systems that they are out there, since they are really rooted in that goal setting and that process. Now, I also know that both of those planners have changes that are going to be coming up for 2021. I will be reviewing the MakseLife planner here soon on my channel to show you exactly what those changes are going to look like. Now, if we want to move a little bit into still a planner that has some goal setting aspects, we're going to be talking about the Bloom Vision Planner. The next one that I have that is also a planner and goal setter in conjunction with each other, in some ways is very similar to MakseLife, is the Bloom Vision Planner. This planner I reviewed when I talked about some of the different Bloom products that I have if you want to see a full walkthrough of everything, but this planner in regards to goal is really to help you think about your visions and help you achieve them. So again, you're given some pre-work at the beginning of your planner. Now, Bloom does do this in all of their planners. They do a version of pre-work, but this is a planner that has you rechecking in with a lot of the aspects that you talk about here at the front. So you're paid for purpose, you have a page for values, you have Bloom this year, so you have goals that you're looking forward to, a place for 2020 visions, and then you start to map out your week. Now, one of the things that makes this different than some of the other Bloom products is that you have your monthly vision page, 7 different categories. They give you personal growth, relationship, health and fitness, family and home, work and school, finances, and fun and adventure. And they give you a place to write out your monthly goals or vision for each category, then break them down into tangible action steps so you can schedule. They're trying to aim for 1 a week to make each vision a reality. And then you are also given 2 empty boxes where you could create an additional goal for yourself. Then you're given a spot right here to say whatever your weekly focus is. But again, at the beginning of each month, so you'll see here we have another one here for February. You have another one here for March, etc., etc. Now, in the back of the planner, you do have a space for 2021 highlights that are going to relate specifically to the areas of growth that you had worked on throughout the rest of the year. Look, I literally have this Bloom print and then the Bloom wall calendar. Now, this planner, as I mentioned, has a lot of different aspects. There definitely still is a goal aspect, but I would say that it is not as intense as the other planners. There's not a quarterly refresh. I mean, you definitely could interject those options for yourself, but it just is a different system. I think that this planner is really great for somebody who maybe is not wanting to fully dive into goal planning that the Cultivate and the MakseLife system has, but definitely wants it to be something that is forefront, or maybe you're just starting out in goal setting, then I think this planner is going to be great. But it has a lot of pros in that you are revisiting your goals monthly, and that it is something that is top of mind and integrated throughout the whole entire vision planner system. I have the Erin Condren Vision Journal. So this isn't even a planner, this is a journal. The way that this vision journal is set out, again, we love it. First off, I love the mid-century circles, but we also get to see we get to see how it is intended to be used. And so they give us some directions here at the front on how to get started creating your visions, and then helpful tools when it comes for vision journaling. So it gives you a reflection section, which I'm going to say is like pre-work. Then the next section is called getting clarity of what do you want to focus on. You want to create with your visions, what's important to you, and then you're given pages for brainstorming. Now, after we go through that pre-work section, then you get down into actually breaking out your vision. So you have a vision board here. You have what exactly is your vision? When was it created? What are you adding to it? What the vision means, and then plans and actions to bring it to life. So you have a couple different pages. So you could be setting individual visions for all of these. You could be expanding upon a certain vision that you had, but you're given a whole bunch of these different vision pages. And then in the back of the planner, you're given a set of lined, dot grid, and blank pages to work with. This is not a planner, but if you are someone who is working on something or really just likes the journal format better when it comes to journal setting or to goal setting, then this could be a product for you. If you are someone who wants to be super reflective in their process, this is a great journal. It's actually a journal that I gave to a lot of my friends who graduated college. It's something that you really can hold a lot of different possibilities in it. And then we have our new product, which is the wall calendar. And then last but not least, I have a new product on the market. This is called Evergreener. So this is a wall calendar that is set up for goal setting. To show you, this is what it fully looks like. Now, essentially what they are wanting to do is, and their system is to first think of and write down your goals. So here you're giving your goals of the month. And so according to their system, first you want to think and write down your goals. They suggest having mind, body, and wealth goals, but they can be anything. Next, you're going to choose action steps to help you progress to the goal and pick how often you'd like these to happen, whether it be daily, weekly, or monthly. You can either choose the built-in suggestions that they provided for you, or you can create your own. And then you're going to use the check boxes to track your progress and keep yourself accountable. So, and I think this is something that if you wanted to hang up in your house or have that reminder in your office, this is a great product for that. All right, y'all, so I showed you 5 different systems that I have here for goal setting, goal planning, and goal journaling in 2021. Let me know what you think. I know we're excited about turning the leaf on 2020, and there are a lot of really great systems here for 2021. All right, y'all, and that's all that I have for you today. If you aren't already, I hope that you decide to stay and hit that red subscribe button. If you're new to my content, I talk all things planning, productivity, and how to use the resources that you have to plan today for a better tomorrow. I post new content every Monday and Thursday, and as always, y'all, my name is Lauren, here with Plan with Laura. I hope that you guys are all staying safe and healthy. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. We're gonna be talking about wow, I can't see. Why is there blue?